Hello students. Today our topic of discussion is respiration. In last few sessions we had discussed about photosynthesis process in which green plants mainly absorb CO2 and release oxygen. You can see in the photosynthesis process the green plants receive carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Opposite to photosynthesis, one process is there which is performed by all living beings, known as respiration. Today in our session, we are going to talk about respiration, in which living beings take oxygen and release carbon dioxide, just opposite to the photosynthesis process. So in the respiration, the living organisms, not only plants, all living organisms can perform respiration. In that, the living organism absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So it is just opposite of the photosynthesis, in which the green plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. We know that living cells need food in order to sustain our life. And from where we are getting the energy? From that food only. So food provides energy for all the cells. So what is the definition of respiration? The process of breaking down food molecules to release energy in living cells is known as respiration. This is the definition of respiration. And this is the equation of respiration. Glucose, that is C6H12O6 plus oxygen. Products are CO2 or carbon dioxide, H2O or water, and energy. Respiration is a catabolic process in which the glucose is broken down. So there are two types of processes. One is catabolic process, another one is anabolic process. So catabolic process is the process in which breakdown of molecules are there. So in the catabolism, molecules are broken down into smaller units and energy is released. Respiration is one type of catabolic process. And what is anabolic process? It is the process in which molecules are synthesized or formed by the use of energy. Photosynthesis is the example of this anabolic process. Respiration mainly includes breathing, that is the intake of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide mainly. Respiration also includes the oxidation of food. So respiration includes the process of taking in oxygen to oxidize food. This is called oxidation. In oxidation, energy is produced while carbon dioxide and water are released as byproducts. Respiration is the exchange of respiratory gases, which are oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now we are going to start the next topic, that is respiration in plants. Plants produce glucose during daytime, and this glucose is broken down by the process of respiration, which occurs daytime and also at night. So in this diagram you can see that during the daytime both the process photosynthesis and respiration, both the processes are going on together. So during photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, and during respiration, plants absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide. But at night, when photosynthesis stops, the plants only do respiration and breakdown of food. For that, plants absorb oxygen. So in this diagram you can see at night photosynthesis stops as no sunlight is there. Only respiration is going on, in which the plants absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So in the plant, leaves, roots, stems, all the parts do the respiration in different way. So first we will discuss the respiration in roots. Roots are mainly present in the soil. You can see here. In the soil, you can see air spaces are present. Air spaces are mainly present in between the soil particles. Root hairs are in the direct contact of that air. Now, oxygen from this air space diffuses into the root hair and then reaches to all other cells of the roots for respiration. After respiration, the CO2 that is produced in the cell is released through that same root hair in the air space. Now, why ploughing is very essential for the plant's growth? So ploughing is essential for plant growth as it creates air spaces in the soil. Oxygen from these air spaces are used in root respiration. So, due to the ploughing, small air spaces are created in between the soil particles, which supplies oxygen for the root respiration. If ploughing is not there at proper time, there may be waterlogging or the formation of compact soil. Waterlogging and compact soil hamper root respiration as it doesn't contain air spaces for root respiration. You can see here, this is the waterlogged condition of the root. So it is the normal aerated soil in which air spaces are present in between the soil particles, and it is the condition of waterlogged in which the air spaces are expelled by water molecules. So in the waterlogged condition, plants cannot survive for long, as in this condition air spaces in the soil get expelled by the water. So root cannot get oxygen and root respiration stops. In the absence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration occurs, which produces alcohol, and this alcohol kills the plant. So, to make the aeration in the soil, ploughing is very essential in the field. Next, we will discuss the respiration in stems. The stem mainly contains two structures by which gaseous exchange occurs. First is the stomata. You know that mainly stomata are present in the leaves, but stomata are also present in the stems of herbaceous plants. So what are the stomata? They are the tiny pores present in the stems of herbaceous plants. Oxygen from air diffuses into the stem through this stomatal pore and reaches to all cells for respiration. After respiration, CO2 gas or carbon dioxide gas diffuses out through that stomata. Now one more structure is there in the stem, that is the lenticels. You can see the outlook of the lenticels present in the woody stems. These are. Now what are the lenticels? These are the cracks present in the stems and branches of woody plants. You can see these are the gaps or cracks opening present in the woody stems, through which oxygen can diffuse into the stem and carbon dioxide can diffuse out in the process of respiration. Next, we will discuss the respiration in leaves. In the leaves, the structure which help in the gaseous exchange are the tiny pores, stomata. So this is the structure of stomata. Previously also you have seen that structure. It is present in the leaf. Through the stomata, same way like stem, oxygen diffuse into the all cells for respiration, and then carbon dioxide after respiration is diffused out through the same stomata into the air. Now this is the cycle of energy in life. In photosynthesis process, it mainly occurs in the chloroplast. So in this process, plants take carbon dioxide and water and produce glucose and oxygen. Part of this oxygen is used up in respiration and rest are released in the atmosphere. So you can see here that the glucose and oxygen produced in the photosynthesis process is used up by the process of respiration, which occurs in the mitochondria. So, in the respiration, carbon dioxide and water are produced. Part of carbon dioxide is utilized in photosynthesis and rest are released in the atmosphere. So like that the cycle continues. By that, today we are ending our session. In our next session, we will discuss the basic processes of respiration. Till then, bye and have a good day.